So, Mr. Gillette, we'd really like to know what
No
we've been
comment.
charged
I've
with.
told you no comment. Do not harass or stop.
Ma'am, I'm asking you questions. I mean, Deputy Love says we've been charged with 22-15 or 21-5922.
Why are you lying about us in court? We don't have that medical stuff.
You
know
disclosed
it.
the medical records,
You
not
disclosed
us.
it yourself, Jill.
Is
that allowed,
that's a pretty
Jill?
serious
You
You
offense.
guys
guys
just
should
lie.
not be filming
Why
in a
not?
judicial area.
Oh, really? I thought it was a
There are
court.
rules
Isn't-
not to
yeah,
film
the
in
court-
judicial
Yeah,
areas.
this is a
We're not in the
constitutional
court.
right
We're
that
like
you
right
guys
outside
down
your
here are gonna
bathroom.
have to understand.
I've told you I'd have no comment if you don't stop following
We
me.
can
I
continue
will
to
charge
ask
you with
questions.
stalking.
You're gonna
We
charge
can
us with
continue to ask
stalking.
questions,
You're gonna
Jill.
charge us with
You lied
stalking.
about us in court. We'd like to know why.
Do not comment
No
on
charges
the-
listed, huh? So you're actually investigating us? Are you ever gonna tell us if we're charged, or is this just a criminal trial that happens without any kind of oversight at all? You just rule it yourself? Do you often lie in court? Judging from what we're hearing, it does seem that that's the case. You wanna share it with us? If I give you an upload link, would you share that with us?
You guys have any other questions, but-
I do. I'd like to know about that duck. Did you kidnap a duck, Jill? I hear you kidnapped a duck and threw a fit inside your house when the police came to get it back for the owner. Is that true?
It was a stalking. It's a stalking. You know the stalking statute says that it doesn't apply when you're
Yeah.
asking you about it, you said, "What would charge you with stalking now?"
Flaunting your laws, huh? Don't pull the door on me, you dumb bitch. Don't pull the door on me. You called me a criminal, you dumb bitch. I'll call you whatever I want.
Thank you. Ms. Gillette, your first witness.
We'll be calling Sheriff John Walker.
Have Sheriff Walker in, please. You swear to tell the truth, the whole truth, nothing but the truth, so help you God? Thank you. You're under oath. Please have a seat. Counsel, when he's settled in, you may begin.
May I approach the remote, Your Honor?
Remote? Yes.
Could you please state your name for the record?
John Walker,
And how are you employed?
Sheriff of Elk County.
And how long have you been so employed?
4 years as sheriff and 12 years total in Elk County.
And how long have you been in law enforcement?
Going on 18 years.
And have you had the opportunity to be investigating some of the issues regarding Mr. Arabi?
Yes.
And over that time period, have there been investigations that have to do with contact with officials, contact with staff in the courthouse?
Objection, Your Honor, is irrelevant. It has nothing to do with this plaintiff. What he may have done with others has nothing to do with any contact or course of conduct with this plaintiff. So it's not relevant.
Ms. Gillette?
It's relevant as to how he obtains the videos or has been long-term conducting the investigations to obtain evidence in these cases.
Still irrelevant. There's not, he wants to bring up some sort of thing that he may be a bad actor, he's done these things in the past. Irrelevant. He has to prove her case.
It's laying foundation for the evidence, Your Honor.
I'm going to give you a limited amount, but it does, we need to tie it in pretty quick to this petition.
I think that defense keeps making assumptions that things are going in a
I'm
different
not asking you
direction.
to comment on his objection. I want you to ask the question.
Have you been conducting investigations that involve Mr. Arabi?
Yes.
And do some of those include investigations that require you to download or keep a hold of videos?
Yes.
And are you the video custodian for your office?
Yes.
And do you control the courthouse security cameras?
Yes.
Do you control the body camera system?
Yes,
Okay. So if there are videos that are saved in the system, then you would have access to those?
yes,
And if investigations needed to be done into a specific issue, then do you go online and research video as well?
yes,
All right. And did you download and investigate video from July 29th, 2024?
yes.
And can you tell us briefly what occurred that day back in July?
I believe that was the incident where we was in the commissioners' meeting and, they followed you up to the top of the stairs and then later out to your vehicle.
Object, Lord, object. He has no personal knowledge of that. He did not personally observe that. So
That can be discussed on cross-examination. Objection overruled.
Now, during that incident, did you send a deputy to walk with me?
Yes,
And which deputy did you send to walk with me?
Deputy Love.
And did we have an executive session that day with the commission?
Yes,
And you and I were invited to that.
correct,
And that was for courthouse security purposes.
correct.
All right. And at the conclusion of the executive session, was it suggested that I leave the courthouse?
object is hearsay and leading.
Sustained.
Was there any suggestions made to me at the conclusion of the executive session?
Still leading.
Overruled.
Yes.
And what was the suggestion made to me?
Hearsay. Objection is hearsay.
Sheriff Walker is one of them who made the suggestion to me.
Hold on. Is this the witness that was he making the suggestion or somebody else that he observed? What's the question?
He was in the room with the commissioners and I and himself when he recommended that I leave the courthouse for my own security.
Recommended?
Yes. And the commissioners concurred with him.
Overruled. Now,
Okay.
he can answer as to what he stated.
And Sheriff, did you make a suggestion to me at the end of the meeting?
Yes, that you probably should be watched really close and try to have somebody with you at all times.
And did you suggest I leave the courthouse?
Yes,
And was that for my own safety?
yes.
And do you have fear that something could happen to me?
Do what now?
Do you have fear that something could happen to me?
Yes.
Object is irrelevant as whether he has.
Well, he answered the question, so please proceed.
And do you often make sure I have security with me?
Yes,
And any time that I have to be in a public corridor with the defendant present, do I have security provided by you?
as often as we can, yes.
How many deputies do you have?
Right now, I have 2 deputies, my undersheriff and myself,
And some,
part-times.
and are there times where you need extra resources?
Yes,
And is putting a single deputy on me for court difficult?
yes, at times.
Judge, it's irrelevant.
Sustained.
So am I able to get personal security for events?
Yes,
Right. And does that help free up your deputies?
it does.
Now, do you continue to have a fear that something could happen to me?
It's irrelevant.
It is relevant.
Now, hold on. Why is it relevant that he has fears for you? Isn't the test if you have fears as plaintiff?
Correct. And if my sheriff has a concern about my safety, then that would up my concern even more. And when I testify, that's going to be one of the things I testify about.
Judge,
I'm going to sustain the objection.
Now, Sheriff, on the July 29th, 2024, was that video, were there videos captured that day?
Yes,
And was that through Deputy Love?
yes,
And so he would be the person to talk to about the video of his body camera.
yeah, of his body cam, yes.
Now, did you download the live stream of Mr. Araby from that day?
Yes, we ran it off.
And is it a true and correct depiction of how you recorded it?
Yes,
Have there been any changes or corrections made to it?
not to my knowledge.
Your Honor, we're going to move to admit the video of Mr. Araby's live stream.
What is the exhibit number?
It is exhibit number 9.
Mr. Baker?
It's not Mr. Walker's body cam, it's someone else's body cam.
No, this is the download or the videoing of Mr. Araby's live stream on the on his YouTube channel. It's going to be our interactions after the executive session.
He can't authenticate that. A judge, he didn't make it. It would be hearsay to him. He's not the one that took the video. He has no knowledge about the authenticity of that. So I object.
Okay. Ms. Gillette, did this witness view what occurred that's purported to be on the video?
Yes, Your Honor.
Is he going to be able to verify that this was a true and accurate depiction of what occurred at what he was to see?
It would be a true and accurate depiction of what they have screened from Mr. Araby's live stream.
Well, there'd have to be other foundation in that regard. Now, if a witness sees something happen and the video is presented and the witness can identify, yes, this is what occurred, it's not altered or so forth, that's one thing. If it's something that's on the internet, there's going to need to be, where the witness can't identify that would need to be, have foundation laid, additional foundation.
All right, we'll skip over that one, Your Honor, and we will, we'll move on. All right. Now, okay. Now, was there video captured on body cam of Mr. Spees and Mr. Araby during the trial the other day?
Yes,
All right. And did they end up moving down towards the judge's chambers?
yes.
And was I located down there?
In the judge's chambers, I believe.
And did they end up moving towards me?
I know I can testify that they were down by the judge's chamber door.
Can we have a date that we're talking about? The trial the other day?
Okay. Now, which trial was this set for?
That was set for Mr. Walker, I believe, without looking at my phone, I believe that was on the 6th of November.
And were you running security that day?
I was.
Okay. And was many of the other deputies all running security?
Yes.
And whose body cam is this one?
Deputy Signers?
Okay. And can you verify it's a true and accurate depiction of the day?
Yes.
And you maintain the logs of the body cameras?
Yes.
Has there been any modifications, corrections, or changes to that body camera?
Not to my knowledge.
All right. It's correct as far as your system is concerned?
Yes.
All right. Your Honor, we'd like to play that body camera.
What is the exhibit number?
That will be exhibit number 11.
object, Judge. She does not list anything as a November 6th event in her petition. The latest date she cites is October 30th. So
Judge,
that, I'll go ahead and finish. So that the events that she claims, she's claimed 9 events, none of which involve a November 6th something that happened. It would be completely irrelevant.
Your Honor, this is a continued pattern of behavior that would be another incident that's happened since the petition was filed.
Well, that's going to be admitted because, yes, if there's continued violations or abuses even after the petition, that's subject to, may be admitted. So I'm going to allow that. So Exhibit 11, I'll view it, and then make, if the witness can identify that as what's occurred and so forth, then.
Is this the video, Sheriff?
Yes,
And is that you in the video?
yes,
And you're having interactions with Mr. Spees?
yes,
And was Mr. Araby also present?
yes.
All right. Your Honor, we'd like to watch the body camera of the...
All right, I'd ask that you identify who is who.
Sheriff, which one are you?
One in the black vest,
And who is it you're speaking with?
the defendant's partner that's outside.
Is that Mr. Spees?
Yes, I believe.
All right. And then we'll see Mr. Araby approach here in just a moment.
He's down at so when I came in, I came up the north staircase, and he was standing by the judge's chamber, stating that a Greenwood officer had put his hands on him to try to move him away from the door at the judge's chamber. So that's how I know he was there.
Okay. So this would show where he was in relation to when he came down and approached me?
Yes, I don't know if all of that got caught, but it's just the clip that we had from that day from her body cam.
Okay. All right. We're going to hit play now, Your Honor.
Well, you said you'd play the whole thing. You were starting in the middle.
Right. We're starting where they actually had Sheriff Walker came up.
Well,
Can that be identified? Is there a counter or something on the video?
There is up in the top corner, Your Honor. The counter says 9/12/21.
Does it give a time? 9:12 is the time,
Yes, that's the time.
not the date? Okay,
And the date is 11/6/24 in the top right-hand corner.
I'll permit it.
can we have the whole thing play? I don't know what's on it, so I don't know what
Well,
led up to this.
She can, okay, if the exhibit is admitted, then if you wish to play the whole video, then you can. But she may proceed.
Let the record reflect, I can't hear anything. There's no audio.
There was no audio.
But I don't have any audio either, Your Honor.
You need to
See the light.
you need to come over and
And while we're watching this, who is that Mr. Spees is talking to? Sheriff, who is that Mr. Spees is talking to down at the end of the hallway?
Object is
It was a
leading.
Greenwood County deputy.
Object is leading.
There's nothing leading in who's he talking.
Overruled.
Talking? Can you tell if he's talking?
And so that's the location and area that he had gone to from the main hallway.
Object is leading.
That's where he was.
No,
when I-
hold, I'm going to sustain, I'm not sure it's leading so much as, I don't know who you're referring to. You say he. Please identify
I'll withdraw the
who these
question.
people are.
I'll withdraw the question. Had Mr. Arathi been in the main hallway?
Yes.
And then did he rush down towards the judge's chambers?
Object is leading.
Sustained. The video shall speak for itself, so I don't need characterization as evidence.
This was Mr. Spees walking down the hallway. Did Mr. Arathi go earlier?
Yes.
Okay. And did he remain down there in front of the judge's chambers?
Was remain there as long as I left there, so,
And that was just the time period you were upstairs?
yes.
All right. Now, are there any other videos that you have captured or were involving the courthouse cameras?
Yes, I believe there's a couple of more there.
Okay. And what is on the courthouse cameras?
One is, without going through them all, one of them is leaving the commissioners' meeting, and headed upstairs, and then one of them was from, your office where you go down and go out to get in your vehicle.
And is there video on our courthouse cameras? Or is there audio?
No, no audio,
It's just video?
just video.
Okay. And are there numerous channels all going on at the same time?
Yes.
Okay. Now, which channel is the one that you designate as the staircase?
I could not tell you that. We just downloaded it.
Okay. So, how many channels are there?
Should be 4 channels.
Okay.
Judge, just as a point of order, she's got all these videos. How is she going to enter that into the record so that I can see what exhibit she's just going through this and showing?
Well, this is what I asked about before we started with the evidence. There wasn't an exchange of evidence in regards to these videos, as well as I understand you have the same situation, partially in regards to that concern. But if an exhibit is admitted and they choose to only play a portion of it, the other side is entitled to play the other on any exhibit or the entire exhibit.
Yeah, and my problem is she's just showing some videos. They're not marked. I don't, and then in the end of this, she'll say, okay, here they are.
Well,
This is,
hold on, counsel. Let's do this and get to the meat of this thing. Now, if there's videos that need to be viewed by both parties, then I'm going to take a recess and let them do it. But this piecemealing like this is going to take us forever. So we'll take a break. I want counsel to meet with each other, give them the other one access to view your exhibits so that we know what we've got. And then, it'll be a lot easier to make rulings based on the evidence if parties know what that evidence is. How much time do you anticipate this will take?
I'd say about 15 minutes.
yeah, I was going to say 15 to 30 minutes, Your Honor.
Okay, well, I'm going to call a recess. It's 11:08. We'll call a recess until 11:30. If it's still going on, take your time, do what you need to do. But I want to, but I'd like to get back in by 11:30 if we can. As a scheduling matter, I'd set this for 2 hours, but I don't have other hearings this afternoon. Are both parties able to proceed until we're done today?
I have sync cases starting at 1:30.
I've traveled, so yes.
All right, well, we'll try to work around what we can. Is that scheduled for the whole afternoon?
Not the whole afternoon. I have one at 1:30 and one at 2. I don't remember if I have one at 2:30.
Well, we'll deal with those as we come up with it, but I would like to get this done today. So we are in recess at this time, and that's 11:30. Check back in. All right, we're back on the record. We have the same appearances as before. Apparently the same witnesses that have been sequestered are not in the courtroom at this time. Sheriff Walker is on the stand. Counsel, where are we at with the viewing of the exhibits?
Judge, I think I only have 2 more videos, and then they have a slew of them, 2 of which I think are irrelevant.
All right, well, if both attorneys had an opportunity to view the others' exhibits, and then they can make their objections at the time that they're brought up. So let's proceed. I believe we're still on direct examination.
We are, Your Honor. I believe that the courthouse video is the next one that I was going to play while Sheriff Walker is still on the stand.
Please, the exhibit number.
The exhibit number is Plaintiff's 12. I'm so used to saying state. Plaintiff's 12.
All right. Any objection?
Well, it depends. There was body cam, which we don't object to, but then part of it went into the viewing of the live stream, which we would object. But I think we'll see.
Okay. Well, go ahead, and then I'll hear objections as it becomes necessary.
And Sheriff, we talked before the recess about the fact that you're the custodian of the court security cameras.
Yes,
And is this video true and accurate depiction of what occurred on November 6th of 2024?
yes,
All right. And you've downloaded about an hour-long section outside the courtroom that morning. Does the relevant part come up about 9:30?
I believe so.
All right. Your Honor, I'm going to skip ahead to 9:30 so we don't have to watch everyone walking in and out of the courtroom for 30 minutes.
All right. It's offered and admitted, and defense knows the entire video, so if they wish to play any or part of that, they may.
Yeah, I don't have it, but I've viewed it.
Viewed it. Right.
And again, Sheriff, there's no sound on these videos, is there?
There is no sound.
All right. I'm gonna pause for a second. Are these still jurors going in and out, Sheriff?
I believe so. I believe they are in the courtroom at this time. Not 100% sure on that.
Okay, pause it. Counsel, I've watched 4 minutes of this. What is it that you're
About
looking?
9:35, they're gonna walk onto the screen, and then they'll be talking at the counter, and then Mr. Araby will be walking towards where I'm standing.
All right.
And Sheriff, who are the two individuals that just walked on?
Mike and I really don't know the other gentleman's name, really.
Okay. So, and Mike, you're referring to,
Gentleman sitting here.
and the other individual, is that the witness he brought?
Yes.
And Judge, we're stopping at 9:35:54, and we started at 9:30:54.
Very well.
All right. And I will pass this witness to the defense.
Mr. Baker?
Thank you, Judge. Sheriff Walker, is this the Walker trial that you said jurors were walking in and out of, or?
Yes, that was during the Walker trial.
And that Walker trial was open to the public?
Correct. Well,
Not the jury selection?
the jury was, but the people that wanted to watch it had to watch it down in the commissioner's room.
Okay.
On like live streaming.
All right. And there were you saw various individuals walking in. That's a public hallway, right?
Correct.
And then you saw Dr. Spees and Mr. Irvy. Was that at the clerk's window?
When I personally came upstairs.
On the video.
Oh, yes, video, yes.
That's all I'm asking.
Okay.
And did you ask the clerk, or did your father ask her, don't tell me what she said, but did you ask, hey, what are those two fellas doing up there at the clerk's office?
No, I did not.
Okay. And lots of people go to the clerk's office for various reasons, if you know.
Correct.
And then Ms. Gillette talked about you having some knowledge about Mr. Irvy following her, but you never saw Mr. Irvy follow Ms. Gillette, did you, personally?
No, not this instance.
Well, or even in person, did you?
I seen him follow her out of the commissioner's room, I believe one time for sure.
Okay. And that meeting that you saw was an open meeting, public
Correct.
meeting? Okay. And I didn't see Ms. Gillette on this video, did you?
I did not,
Okay. No further?
but I didn't watch the whole time. I just copied until all the jurors were done that day.
Well, actually, you saw this whole video.
True.
Right?
Yeah.
And you never saw Ms. Gillette in any of that?
No.
Okay. No further questions?
You redirect.
No, Your Honor.
Thank you. May this witness be released?
Yes.
Yes.
Sheriff, you are released from your subpoena. If as he is in charge of security, if he needs to be in the courtroom, I'll permit that.